Professor Saul carries a heavy heart today. He had believed the student to be worthy, respectful, and ready to learn. Regrettably, psychology was never Professor Saul's area of study. And so when a student begins to deny his own words, Saul must withdraw the lecture. He is not qualified to treat such students.
Right now, man. What?
Professor Saul hopes the student had learned his lesson in Twin Peaks. But it turns out, the young one was not only unqualified, but utterly lacking in honor. Still, the old professor does not dwell. No, he returns to the battlefield, for the hunt, as always, must continue. Oh, but what do we have here? A full squad of boars. Individually, a delightful entree for Professor Saul. But when they form a herd, they become something else entirely. Yet, age brings wisdom. And Saul has not wasted his years. Every pack has its flaw. And there, do you see it? The priest. Frail, fragile, health bar lower than a newborn gazelle. Even a mountain can be split by a single wedge placed just right.
The crystal is deep within the mine. Seize it before Ruffius does.
And now, it is time to hunt the boars. But one must remain cautious. Even a moment's lapse in judgment can reduce this old professor to paper scraps. Saul has lived a long life, but he is not quite ready to meet his maker. Boars, you see, tend to gather. Tight, dense clusters. Predictable, but dangerous nonetheless. What fortune. A rare sight indeed. The augmentation evoker. A species on the brink of extinction. Some say they no longer exist. A moment of hesitation, and Saul's position is compromised. The boars have found him. Still, the key to survival, as always, is composure. Meanwhile, our shaman, crystals in hand, but not heading where he ought to. A student, clearly unprepared. You can always spot the ones who skipped pre-reading. During brief moments of calm, Professor Saul nourishes himself. Small, scattered buffs, a form of battlefield nutrition. This, he believes, is the secret to longevity. But wait, trouble. A student attempts to slip out of class, unexcused. With a heavy heart, Professor Saul reaches for the cane. One must be firm. Those who trespass the professor's domain must be corrected. Meanwhile, a newborn gazelle stumbles forward, carrying a crystal with hopeful steps. Perhaps he does it for the team. But nature, as we know, is unforgiving. It pains Professor Saul to hunt the young. Ah, what's this? While Professor Sol was briefly away, the team lies in ruin. In his youth, he might have carried both the crystal and the fight. But now, with age, comes the weight of choice.
Sorry about that, Jack. This carnival.
The boars, they never stop. They charge, again and again, unbothered by the professor's exhaustion. And though his limbs are frail, a small spark of strength remains.
Wicked sick.
This won't do. The professor is still alive, but he must now admit, things are not quite as they once were. Back in his day, the outcome may have been different. Sharper reflexes, faster judgments. Now the students, they try to end class on their own, without permission. Rude. Don't. But today, Sol lets it slide. Class dismissed.